Good evening, everybody. It's 5 minutes after 5. This is Joseph Kerr here. We're welcome to the Joseph Kerr Show on the Joseph Kerr Network. It's on Tuesday, January the 14th, 2020. Last night was a good one, and the LSU Tigers had done it. They had beat Clemson, and it was a great football game. Clemson did the best they could. But it's all LSU, and they did. They did without style, and they just won the game last night against Clemson. Okay, and what they did in LSU did a great job and get all the stops and get all this whole stopping going on. They stopped Clemson very bad. It was like 20-25 to the fourth barrel and a heavyweight fight. It just going nuts. I mean, LSU Tigers, they are just going nuts. They cannot be stopped, and I'm proud of them, and I'm proud of this Louisiana. But this whole football game and the playoff national championship of last night's game, it came beautiful. It was an amazing win for the LSU Tigers of winning the national championship. The LSU Tigers had did, y'all. They had done it, and that was a great game. It was a great game. I mean, the quarterback of the Clemson Tigers did everything he could. He did everything. The Clemson Tigers did everything they could to defend the champs. I mean, wow. But what can I say? The LSU Tigers had done it, and they beat Clemson last night in the national championship game. So we're going to see if so we're going to check this out. What went down last night? And yes, it was an unbelievable. It was amazing. 15-0, Clemson 14-1, and that's how it happens. So now, mission accomplished for the LSU Tigers. Now, the number one LSU completed one of the most impressive seasons in college football history on Monday night, storming back for the first half. They threatened to take down the number three Clemson in the 2020 College Football Playoff National Championship game. The 42-25 win for LSU was a flattering finale for Heisman Trophy winner John Bauer. The Bears won the greatest individual seasons of all time by shattering even more records in the game that gave LSU its first national championship since the 2007 season. Bowers finished in the game with 463 yards on 31 to 49 passing, total 6 touchdowns, 5 passing, with no turnovers. He set new national title game record for passing yards and touchdowns, but Deshaun Watson's record for total yards in a championship game, and brought the NCAA single season record for touchdown passes in the process. The win is a crowning achievement for Ed Orgeron and the LSU coaching staff, especially offensive coordinator Steve Ensminger and passing game commandant Joe Brady, for the way they were able to transfer not just the skill of their offensive, but the mentality of the entire team. The aggressiveness that comes with an up-tempo spell attack was adopted on every side of the ball, and that relentlessness ultimately became the defining quality of that dynamics. LSU's offense did not dominate for the entire game. In fact, both field possession, some strongly early play by Clemson's defense limit the scoring opportunities early on. Clemson had a 17-7 lead in the second quarter before Ball's main started to heat up. But once he got rolling, there was no stopping the hottest hand in college football. Ball linking up with wide receiver Jamar Chase for 147 yards in the first half alone, and the Benatar ball winner finishing the game with 9 catches for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns, which is a new CFP national championship record for receiving yards. Now, you can't make this up factor with LSU, and this game was off the charts for the moment that spot was locking up with Peach Ball ran 16 days ago. The Tigers were back in New Orleans in the same building where a 21-0 loss to Alabama in the BCS championship game kept starting in an 8-game losing streak against the Clemson Tide. LSU had to go to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to end that streak was disappointing, and now it has fairly reversed the mojo from the shutout town game loss with a high-flying win that was just another day of the ball for the Nationals' #1 offensive. Now, and yes, and that's why they did. That's what they did for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Now, here's a look at this. Here are the 3-11 takeaways coming out of the thrilling national town game in LA. 1. LSU won the game in the second quarter. LSU scored the final 21 points in the first half, beating Clemson in a spot when Dozier Shrews usually dies. Clemson made some points to win those scores in the late second quarter and only third quarter promotions of the game, but it cannot deliver a stop against Ball. The Clemson defense that averaged 11.5 points and 264.1 total yards per game gave up 21 points and 269 yards in the second quarter alone. Oakland blamed the bad field position for the slow start, but he also pointed to offensive adjustment once his staff saw how defensive coordinator Brent Venables and Clemson planning to stop Ball and the passing attack. Part of the adjustment including using the balls as a key part of the rushing game. So when Clemson's defense was loaded up against LSU wide receivers in the red zone, there were opportunities for the star quarterback to make plays with his legs. Mm, you can't count on that. And that's why you can't count on that for. I don't know what it has been started for the LSU. And although it was just amazing how this plays out. And yes, now, 2, Moss was one of the game's. Now, 2, Darnell Moss was one of the game's biggest stars. Throughout the season, Moss has been an equal weapon and great companion to wide receivers Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Terrence Marshall. Moss really put out the counts that the Wilds did this year. And against Clemson, he only has 36 yards or 5 catches, but 2 of them were touchdowns. Incredible red zone situations. He was a matchup problem against a Clemson defense that was trying to combat LSU, breaking attack by filling the field with defensive backs and regular linebackers. At 6'3" and 249 pounds, Moss was bigger and stronger than most players in Clemson's back seven, and it was exactly when Ballers went with the ball with LSU, with its lead cut to just 3 and the third quarter knee and scored to keep Clemson at bay. Third, Christian's passing attack had 3 highlights but little consistently. Lawrence's 25-0 record as a show is now 25-1 after a game that showed him completely just 18 of 37 passes for 234 yards with no touchdowns. Lawrence made a few plays with his legs, including scoring the first touchdown of the game, but he failed to get into a good rhythm with W.R.T. Hagler and Justin Ross as he tried to match Burrow's production. Early in the season, Lawrence struggled when motion tied to turnovers and trying to force the leadership with his pressure pull red wideouts. That's not what happened against LSU. Andrew and the LSU defense did a great job of putting pressure on a quarterback, and by the end of the game, Lawrence was spread by the complaint of the LSU's defensive line getting a good push and the three rushes from the second level. When Clemson started strong in the third quarter, it looked as though the plan of attack was to lean on the ground game. Lean on the ground game. And it was successful on its low touchdown drive of the second half. But as Balls continued to run up the score, Neil Quit scores kept Chris in a misset of pushing the ball down the field through the air, and LSU knew it was able to adjust against game plan accordingly. Now, while Lawrence returns for the 2020 season, when Lawrence returns for the 2020 season, he will do so as the preseason Heisman Trophy favorite for Clemson team that will likely be among the top two or three teams of the preseason AP top 25. There will be an opportunity for him to put this game behind him and Clemson to attack the next season with a foul from the loss. Foul from this loss. But until then, the disappointment of defeat will linger for the player and the program not lose to winding up on the one end of games like this. And CBS Sports was with you the entire way by the night update this story Alice and highlights from LSU versus Clemson and checking out more for the national championship below. So Clemson had never got done. They had never do everything wrong. They had never had everything to do with it. And just a little bit, Clemson had never get the job done. They did our best. They did everything they could in the national championship game. They just can't get done. How's it going to feel it? So now, all I have to say is the Clemson and Lawrence, the quarterback, will do it again next season. He will be back next season, and for sure, yes. And that is for sure. It is going to be a great one. It is going to be continued, listen. And I gotta say this for sure. But now, for Donna, all those years, the defending champs. The defending champs said that you do it hard, you win again, you win more in the games. In 2018, they won. But I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll be right back, boy. Just there, the answer. Okay. Well, okay. It's on. The heat is on. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, everybody. I just had them on, and I'm sorry about everything. So now, LSU. I remember what about LSU? They had never, they had never stopped. They can't. They'd never been stopped. And all this, all this time, I had said, "Wow, wow, wow, wow." LSU. Are they going to do it again next year, next season, or is Clemson going to be redestined and to win another third national championship in in 5 years. Probably the next. I'm not sure. Anyway, next year is not concern, but this question tackles legacy. And whatever happened to the Alabama Clemson tie? Well, Nick Saban and the Clemson tie were they just they just out of the playoffs but won the ball game. I can say this: wow, unbelievable, and a great win for LSU, and what a way to end this 2019 college football season. Now we're going for the top, and look who got punished on this team in Major League Baseball: the Houston Astros, the one who won the World Series back in 2017. And you can never take the grading. But what a race for the it got down. I gotta say this. Now the Houston Astros are in bad trouble. And now I'm saying they got punished. But anyway, how? How the Houston Astros did this? How did they got cheat? How did they cheat? And how did they cheat? Since 1951, the New York Giants and the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1951, where the Giants win the pennant with that line drive. But well, all I'm saying is there's nothing you can ask for. Nothing you can ask for. But anyway, all I'm saying is the Houston Astros got punished last night. They got punished yesterday. But yes, for sure. And there's nothing you can do about it. Now we have looked and we have seen it really shocks the Major League Baseball. And it says the Houston Astros punished for cheating versus the LA Dodgers in the World Series and more. And the Dodgers shouldn't won that game. They shouldn't have been winning the World Series back in 2017. Okay? That was and it should be forfeit for it by now. They shouldn't take that time away from it. But anyway, the breaking news says Ken Webster, the Atlanta, has tweeted out the punishment handed down by MLB to the Astros organization. And it says by Ken and improved sources, MLB's penalty for Astros include one little suspension for GM Jeff Lunderman and manager AJ Hinch. The Astros will lose our first and second round draft picks in both 2020 and 21 and a fine of $5 million. And it got the Astros in trouble. And now the Astros manager AJ Hinch and general manager Jeff Lumber will be suspended for a year indefinitely. The organization will lose first and second round draft picks in both 2020 and 2021 and will be fined $5 million. No players were punished, however, but the Alex Corbett is Jeremy. ESPN's Jeff Patterson extends. And it happened all this time. It happened all this time. What has happened and what is going on? They just got punished. For sure. And here's another part. And here it is. It says any doubts that the Houston Astros will literally lose technology to steal signs during the 2017 season, which culminated with team with them beating the Dodgers in the World Series, will put the rest money upon Major League Baseball to review the results the investigation into the regulations. The question is no longer if the Astros cheated, it's to what extent did the cheating help them topping the Dodgers in several games, 7 games. In a detailed non-page report outlining an investigation into the sign stealing regulations, Commissioner Rob Manfield and General Manager Jeff Lamborghini and managers AJ Hinch was suspended for the 2020 season, shortly after the penalty was leveled. Astros owner Gene Cohen announced he had filed Lamborghini and Hinch. The Astros will also fine $5 million, the highest fine possible under MLB rules, and will forfeit their first and second round picks in the 2020 and 2021 draft. Now, whether the Astros benefit from now, well breaking any arrangements to beat the Dodgers in the 2017 World Series remains unclear. In the report, Mainframe mentioned that Hinch allows the practice throughout the 2017 postseason, but that is the only mention of the playoffs. The Astros won 2 or 3 games at home during the series, enjoying potential success against Dodgers starting pitcher Lord DeVers in Game 3 and Clayton Kershaw in Game 5. Forces members of the 2017 Dodgers, including President of Baseball Operations Andrew Friedman and manager Dave Roberts, has said the team took stringent precautions against some signs during the series. Neil Freeman and Roberts could be reaching for the court Monday. And the Dodgers, however, issued a statement that saying that all clubs have been asked by Major League Baseball not to comment on today's punishment of the Houston Astros, as it's important to comment on the discipline or polls on another club. The Dodgers have also been asked not to comment on any wrongdoing during the 2017 World Series and will have no official comments at this time. So they think the Astros did ain't less at their punishment and they'll hold the Astros. No draft picks, no first second round picks, the 2021, 2020, 21, and it will cost $5 million. But boy, I gotta say, Houston, we have Houston, you have a problem. You will not be able to pay. Houston, you have a problem. You will be punished and will not have every first rounds and second round draft picks in 2020 and 2021. You will not be having concern about. I gotta say this again. Houston, you have a problem. You will not be having more first and second round draft picks in 2020 and 2021, and will be fined $5,000. $5 million. $5 million, and you have been punished. Boy, oh boy, this guy hooked up Astros. Oh man. But anyway, it is what it is. That's all I have to say for now, and that will do it for the special. That will do it. Another episode of the Joseph Cook Show on the Joseph Cook Network. Like me on Facebook and subscribe. I tell you all about it. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody.